Are you feeling that, no matter how hard you try, the person in your heart seems distant, insecure, almost unreachable? Do you think that, even if you insisted on knowing, they would never reveal what is truly going on inside them? There's a heavy, suffocating energy that perhaps they themselves can't perceive, but you feel it deeply. It's your subconscious picking up every detail, every shadow of the true essence of what they feel for you. And that's exactly why you're here. Your angels have an important message for you. Stay with me, because today you're going to unravel this mystery and find the key to transforming this insecurity into a genuine and powerful connection. The way this person behaves when talking to you is deeply connected to the special place you hold in their life. It's as if you were a unique piece in the puzzle of their life, a piece that doesn't fit anywhere else, only where it is now. This energy they project makes it clear that you hold a very specific position, chosen for reasons that only they deeply understand. They tend to categorize everything and everyone around them, placing each one in a specific compartment. However, when it comes to relationships, especially yours, this manifests in an even more remarkable way. They are willing to give and open up to you, but this openness comes with a series of nuances and complexities. It's not just about what you represent to them, but the profound impact your presence has on their life. Interestingly, this behavior may have nothing directly to do with you, but rather with the importance you have to them. You are a focal point, someone they consider essential, and this influences them in ways they might not even realize. They feel deeply misunderstood by you, even though there has never been a concrete reason for this. This sense of misunderstanding is deeply rooted, almost like a defense mechanism, something they can't control or perhaps don't even want to change. In conversations, especially when the topic is emotions, they might tell you what they think you want to hear instead of sharing their true thoughts and feelings. This isn't necessarily an attempt to deceive, but rather a learned behavior, a way to protect their heart. It's a self-imposed limitation that emerges whenever there is a need to express emotionally. They seem to have internalized this way of acting to such an extent that even if they wish to be more open and honest, there is an internal barrier that prevents them from doing so. Something you may not have realized is that the subconscious mind works like a program. This means that, often, people act impulsively, repeating behaviors that are already ingrained. When you interact with someone who seems to act strangely or inconsistently, this usually has to do with these internal programs. It could be that something in your relationship with this person is bringing these repetitive attitudes to the surface. Realize that they aren't doing this on purpose. Most of the time, they aren't even aware of how they are acting. But the impact of this is real, especially when they start treating you in a way you don't understand. They may see you in a specific way, based on their own experiences and beliefs. And you are left wondering if this will ever change. Does this person have any intention of changing? Or will they continue to see you the same way? Often, this is linked to a feeling of rejection. Even unintentionally, they may be projecting their own insecurities and fears onto you. It's as if they are using you as a mirror for their own frustrations. And this can be a major obstacle to the growth of the connection between the two of you. The most frustrating part is that, even without a clear reason for it, they may feel that you simply don't understand them. Currently, they feel misunderstood, as if no one could see things from their perspective. They wish they could tell you that no one is perfect, that everyone makes mistakes, and that this is part of life. In fact, they wanted you to know that you too are not perfect. The way they see you has changed a lot compared to the past. This reveals a lot about the trajectory of your connection. At the beginning, when your energies aligned, this man saw you as someone very open and accessible. But something changed drastically, and now he feels provoked by you, as if there is a sudden need to censor himself when he is around you. This feeling of self-censorship is new and significant. Whatever you are doing now is impacting this person's mind in a deep and complex way because the energy between you has become very specific and intense. This transformation may have been triggered by an isolated situation that occurred in the recent past. It was at this moment that this man began to assume a more performative role in your presence, paying more attention to what he said and taking care not to say or do anything that might negatively influence your perception. All of this is happening as a direct result of how you respond to him. This dynamic may be happening at times when you least expect it, during conversations, brief exchanges, or even in the simple presence of one another. In the recent past, there have been many occasions when this person felt very open and honest with you, able to express himself in a raw and real way. However, there was a specific change, a change in the way you respond to him, and this is somewhat shocking to this man now. Perhaps he no longer wants to go so deep into conversations with you or is hesitant to share personal information because of how his energy is being perceived. This person, who once felt comfortable and genuine in your presence, is now dealing with a new layer of self-consciousness. It's almost as if he has to measure every word and every action, afraid that any misstep could alter the way you see him. He seems to be going through a complicated moment regarding how he sees you and how he perceives your actions and words. Perhaps initially, he placed you on a pedestal, almost as an example to be followed. This is common when we admire someone or see qualities we would like to have in ourselves. But suddenly, something changed. Maybe it was something you said or did, or even something you didn't say. Perhaps he interpreted your silence as disapproval or judgment. He may feel that you are no longer at the same level of understanding or support as before. It seems that, at some point, you did not fully agree with everything he did or said, and this created a fracture in his perception of you. Now, he may be more defensive, as if he is protecting himself from possible criticism or judgments he believes you might make. This does not mean that you have done anything wrong. In fact, it is possible that your opinion or silence was simply a way of respecting his space, of not interfering, or of simply disagreeing with something in a polite way. But to him, this may have seemed like a lack of support or a change in attitude. It's almost as if he expected you to always be unconditionally supportive, and when he realized that you also have your own opinions and boundaries, it made him reassess your relationship. This type of situation can be very delicate, especially if the man is someone who is not used to making space for other opinions or criticisms. He may be projecting onto you expectations that you may not even have known existed. This can make him feel helpless or betrayed in some way, even if that was not your intention. He no longer sees you as someone who peacefully dwells in their thoughts, taking things passively and predictably. Now he perceives you as an essential part of him, an integral part that has opinions and views that expand the world around him. And the truth is that this feeling does not disappear. This man operates in cycles, and there is a very intense cyclical energy emanating from him. It's intriguing to realize that, even if he consciously tries to distance himself from you, something within him continues actively seeking your presence subconsciously. You may notice a subtle change in his mood or disposition when interacting with him. It seems like there is something he wants to share with you but holds back, avoiding going down that path. During conversations, he might bring up certain topics just to probe your mind, trying to understand your intentions and feelings. This tense energy is noticeable, almost as if he were projecting his own uncertainties and emotions onto you, in a very unsubtle way. He may not even realize what he is doing, but the intensity of this energy is undeniable. If you have the gift of reading energies, you may be picking up on something in his aura that is slightly out of balance without being able to pinpoint exactly why. Due to his extremely reserved nature, he may have unconsciously brought a lot of emotional baggage to this connection. There may be past events influencing this behavior, causing him to enter situations or relationships with certain assumptions about how you will act or respond. Sometimes, it seems like this person made the decision, at some point in their life, not to fully surrender to love. The energy he emits shows this almost palpably, indicating that he probably has a very valid reason for this attitude. He is clearly a man in search of love, but due to this unconscious block in his subconscious programming, he ends up pushing away precisely what he most desires, to live a full and true love by your side. This block can manifest in various ways, such as convincing himself that he is unhappy or even adopting behaviors that, without realizing it, repel your energy. And the most remarkable thing is that all this happens completely unconsciously. If we look at the situation from a spiritual perspective, we can see that this man was, at some point in his life, subconsciously programmed by someone, a place, or a traumatic experience from the past. These traumas, which were not properly resolved, have created deep emotional blocks. Perhaps he hasn't sought psychological help or hasn't reflected enough on these painful experiences, and as a result, he continues to manifest similar experiences, repeating negative patterns in life. Thus, it's not that he doesn't trust anyone, but that he has been placed in so many situations of distrust that he no longer knows how to trust people, even when there are no concrete reasons to do so. Unfortunately, it seems that this person, in some way, ended up placing your connection in the same category of distrust, even though you have done nothing to deserve this. He protects himself, creates barriers, perhaps out of fear of being hurt again. It's as if, without realizing it, he is reliving old wounds, putting them ahead of new possibilities. You've touched a sensitive spot, unveiling a facet of this person that perhaps even he is unaware of. If you truly understood the depths of what he is repressing, it would be a shock. This has to do with the difference between the image he projects and who he really is. It is very easy for him to connect and ask for things, to set intentions based on what he wants. But when you enter his mind, you understand that there is a hidden version, one that is attracted to certain energies, certain types of people. No matter how much he tries to convince himself of what he wants, his subconscious will always seek what he truly needs, influenced by how he was taught to see love. You feel the effects of this, whether physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. We all seek an energetic signature in love, which can be of high, low vibration, or a mix of both. What stands out is that this is not something innate, but is revealed over time through our patterns and reactions to the people we choose to love. This also has to do with your light, your kind heart, and how that impacts this man. It may be very different from how your light affects other people in your life because, in romantic connections, you reveal aspects of this man that no one else sees and that he cannot hide. He may feel like he is exposing all his sides to you, but the truth is that everyone has a dark side. Every person on this planet has two sides. The difference here is that when talking to you, he is communicating with both aspects of your being. Other people may have simple interactions with him, but you don't have that luxury. You see everything. Even if he never says it, he knows you see everything. That's why he continues to be drawn to you, no matter how raw or provocative your conversations are. There is authenticity and reality in them. It is as if every time he is in your presence, your energy says, I see you very clearly. He may be trying to understand how you manage to pick up on things he really doesn't want to reveal, but with this dynamic, it is not possible. He feels as if he is exposed, as if all his secrets and vulnerabilities are laid bare before you. This is about attracting a certain type of energetic signature, which is extremely important to him. While he may think he aligns with you because of your similarities or things you discussed, or simply because he really sought a connection with you, you align with him because, deep down, this man has a desire to be seen for all that he is. But there is an aspect to consider. This captures not only this energy of fear but also the push and pull dynamic in this connection, where this man runs to you to be seen and then pulls away because of what you see. He wants to open up, but at the same time, he fears being judged or rejected. So this definitely could be picking up on some kind of weight from his past, or it could simply be a part of himself that he has accepted and integrated. But it's almost as if he is at this point where he wants to know if you can handle all of this, and also if you can do it without judgment. He yearns for total acceptance, for someone who can see his flaws and still value him. That's where this energy comes from, where he wants you to know that everyone makes mistakes and that you are not a perfect human being because only God is perfect. It's almost as if this person entered this connection by truly placing you on a pedestal. So regardless of how you present yourself, what kind of knowledge you have, or what kind of life experience you possess, the way you presented yourself really made this man put you on a pedestal. He idealizes you, and that makes everything even more complicated because the more he begins to peel back the layers of who he really was, the more he starts projecting onto you something still hidden or something this man might consider not socially acceptable. The energy every human being carries inside is fascinating. The more we try to hide or suppress this energy, the more it grows and intensifies. When someone decides to open their heart and share their emotions and thoughts, whether in confidence or a casual conversation, it allows for a deeper glimpse into their being. This process not only reveals what is in their heart, but also offers a new perspective on life and love. Being around this person triggers this transformation. In fact, one of the greatest purposes of this connection is for you to see this man in his essence, understand his nuances, and love him without reservation. And in doing so, you also begin to love yourself more because this man is a reflection of your own being. There is a clear connection between the energies you attract and the experiences you have had in the past. You were placed by God on this person's path to rekindle the love in their heart after a period of great discouragement and apathy. The emotions you stir in him are so intense that they make him question whether he has ever experienced true love before. The difference between what he feels now and what he felt in past connections is enormous. He may have entered past relationships with a closed heart, unable to fully open up due to subconscious barriers. This is not his fault. Right now, he is going through a challenging process because you came to question those barriers. You might be the first person to challenge him to rethink his beliefs about life and love. It's likely that you were the first person to ask why, when this man shares his thoughts and talks about past experiences. You challenge him intellectually and make him reflect on why he feels the way he does. Of course, this man is not used to that. Your approach, the way you interact with him with genuine curiosity, questions, and challenges his thought process. When you do this, or when he is talking to you, or when you respond, he may have assumed that you were judging in some way. But in reality, you were trying to understand him, to comprehend how he thinks and how he moves in this world. This process of questioning has revealed aspects about him that have never been challenged or explored before. There is something very powerful about the energy of curiosity, especially in relationships, because it is a subtle way of unraveling the mind. I don't know what kind of power you have, but you have definitely changed this man's energy. He entered this connection perhaps not intending to go so deep, but you activated his heart space. Whatever plans he had for you initially have changed significantly. But the best part of this is that this unfolding happened very naturally, highlighting that this is truly your real role in his life. You are someone who aligns with him to challenge him, and you only challenge him because you are truly aligned to bring out the best version of him. However, this may not always be pretty. This man knows the truth about this connection and is picking up on why this energy has manifested. There was something you saw in him from the very beginning. You saw behind the mask, saw the truth about him, saw the real person that no one else really sees. Maybe there isn't a logical reason to feel this way, but you knew from the start, and that's why the connection developed the way it did. Many of the things that happened may not make sense to you when trying to put things in chronological order, or even when looking at this connection linearly, but it's as if you were guided to do or say things in this connection that you never did before. All of this was divinely orchestrated. If you can describe it in your own words, it's because, deep down, you knew the truth about him. In this way, you both were placed in a position to challenge each other or even to probe each other in a way you would not have done with anyone else. And there was a greater purpose in this. This also highlights how powerful a true love connection is because it manifests with both of you feeling very deep emotions for each other from the very beginning, without being able to understand what you are feeling and why. But the more you allow yourself to truly dive into your heart space and flow, the more revelations are made about your connection and about this man. And the only way to do this is through genuine curiosity. So you may not even be aware of how powerful your light is, but you have definitely illuminated it and also the subconscious mind of this man, who may be holding on to very dark or painful moments from the past, and he has been carrying this unconsciously for a long time. When you are around this person, something magical happens. The connection you have is so deep that it allows him to show his true essence. This bond is not just intense, but also transformative. He feels a unique attraction to you because your presence challenges him in ways that no one else can. And that is essential for him. It is as if he needs your energy to feel whole. As you get to know each other better, he begins to open up more, revealing his most intimate layers. The reason for this is simple. You offer a safe space where he can be who he truly is, without fear of judgment. This is a rare and incredibly attractive quality, something he values immensely. And the truth is, even without realizing it, you have an enormous influence on him. If by any chance you are distant, he still needs you. Even if you are not physically present, he misses you and keeps a special place for you in his heart. He is going through a period of great change, and during this process, your opinion and presence are more important than ever. He may be sensitive now, perhaps more than you realize, but this only shows how much you mean to him. He is on a journey of self-discovery, trying to understand not only his light but also his shadows. And you have a crucial role in this. Your energy, your way of being, helps him integrate all parts of himself, to accept who he truly is. This is no small thing. It is a responsibility and a privilege. Therefore, keep being who you are. Keep showing him that it is safe to be vulnerable, that it is possible to be accepted fully. Your kindness, your authenticity, are qualities that touch him deeply. And even if you sometimes doubt it, know that you are making a huge difference in his life. This connection you have is powerful and transformative, and it is something he values more than he can express. And remember, it's not just about what you do, but who you are. Your presence, your energy, have the power to transform. Be patient, be gentle, and continue to show him that he is loved and accepted exactly as he is. This is the true essence of a deep and meaningful connection. And that is why he keeps coming back to you, seeking your energy because he knows you are the person who can help him transform, find himself, and be truly happy. Allow your spirit to absorb these words and feel them resonate deeply within you. The universe desires the best for you and will ensure a positive outcome, no matter what your decision may be. Type, I receive and accept my destiny and all that the universe has to offer me to claim this message and the blessings contained within it for you. Leave a positive comment for other viewers who may need a boost of positivity in their day. The universe sees this as an act of kindness. Let's lift each other up and create waves of good energy together. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe now and stay tuned for the important message waiting for you in the next video. May God and the universe illuminate your steps with peace, love, and faith. Amen.